What's good, everybody? Welcome to Bowler's Paradise. My name is Ben. I'm a USBC Silver Certified Coach, and today we are taking a look at the all-new Pride Dynasty from Motiv. Before we fire it up, make sure you are subscribed, because over 2/3 of you guys aren't, and it's one of the best things you can do to help us out and keep unbiased content like this coming. So you got it? All right, let's go. The Pride Dynasty from Motiv is the third in the Pride line and the second solid following the original. All three pieces in this line have featured the Dominion core with its 2.50 RG, an 042 differential, and an 010 intermediate diff, which is a completely unique set of numbers of any ball from any of the three major manufacturers today. The Pride Dynasty also features the Leverage MFS Solid cover stock finished out of the box at 2000 grit. Similar cover formulas were used on both the Jackal Ambush and more recently the Black Venom. For the layout, I went with the simple choice of a 5 1/4 by 4x4 2LS layout. I've used this one with much success on multiple asymmetrical releases at this point, and with how much I didn't match up with the Pride Empire, I wanted to go with something I knew had worked in the past on similar pieces to give this one its best shot to succeed. And on the lanes, I was actually quite surprised with how much I liked the shape of this piece. With many of the Motiv releases of the last year or so, it seemed like I really had to keep my angles in front of me for them to do the right thing, but not with the Dynasty. The outside part of the lane was pretty much unplayable with the out-of-the-box surface, which wasn't much of a surprise, but once I found enough hold, the shape and continuation was just spot on. And it is that ability to get this thing to do what its predecessors couldn't that was my favorite part about throwing it. I think Motiv really hit it out of the park with this new cover formulation, and putting it on the Dynasty takes what the original Pride was good at and just adds more to it. Most people I know that had the original didn't really understand it, as it was one of those slowest response balls of a couple seasons ago, but in the right hands it was a killer. Now the Dynasty takes that control and adds some more strength to it to make it easier for more bowlers to see success with. On the downside, it did force me into a pretty specific zone. It was too much to be played outside at all, and it's still a solid asim, so it was too slow around the corner to carry the 10 from just about 5th arrow. However, in the zone where it looked good, it looked damn good, so even though it's not a do-everything kind of piece, when it's lined up, its performance is both consistent and reliable. When I consider pairings for this piece, the Black Venom and the Sky Raptor seem like the best fits for the Dynasty. There's a lot of similarities with the Black Venom, but it is a little bit cleaner and gives some more downlane kick than the Pride. And the Sky Raptor is obviously much cleaner than both, but it's still pretty forward off the spot, so it would be a great step down once you can't use the Dynasty anymore. For our cross-brand comparisons, I first took a look at the DNA from Storm. I think if both of these pieces were fresh out of the box, they'd look a lot alike, but this DNA has a number of games on it, so it's easier through the mid lane and still does what a solid asim should do off the spot. I'd say that as the Dynasty wears in, I would expect a reaction very similar to what I saw out of this piece from Storm. And then I grabbed the Brunswick Mindset, which is not only very similar in cover and core, it's also very similar in color. Here you can see just how strong and slow the Mindset is. It's a ball that's meant to control friction, and compared to the Dynasty, it's just a bit more forward off the spot, and over time the carry percentage with the Dynasty on higher ratio conditions I would argue will be higher than this one from Brunswick. But with that, here's my recommendations on the types of bowler that I think will match up well with this piece. The first is mid to high tilt players. This has become pretty much a norm for releases that are this strong, but that's because it works. High tilt gives players natural length through friction, so pairing that with a lot of cover and a core that is reliable to continue through pins is a great matchup. The second is players that generally bowl on longer oil patterns. Ask your proprietor how long your league shot is, because if it's 42 feet or more, regardless of overall volume, I think the Pride Dynasty is going to crush it. The cover does enough to get it to stand up, and the core doesn't do too much, so it doesn't roll out, which is a dream for longer oil conditions. So it might not be the 90s Chicago Bulls quite yet, but who knows? Maybe this all-new Pride Dynasty from Motiv will be the beginning of something great for them and for your scores. And you can pick this up today and much more at bowlersparadise.com. Be sure you use that discount code YouTube at checkout for free shipping. Thank you very much to Dale's Weston Lanes for letting us film this video. If you haven't yet, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell for more ball and product reviews, and as always, remember you guys, having the right ball in your hands? Now that's a bowler's paradise. Peace.